What's up, guys? Welcome back to NGS Everything. Just wanted to give everyone a quick little fun update on the bike as well as the finished product. I wanted to record us taking it apart more and putting it back together, but the person who was helping me didn't want to get recorded, and honestly it was just kind of a bonding moment between both of us, so I just didn't record it, unfortunately. But I will explain everything I ended up doing and some things I didn't end up doing because the bike ended up being in better condition than I thought. But without further ado, drum roll please. Boom. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. She is ready to rock. I just cleaned her. She's nice and shiny. I did a few things to her, and she's looking really good. Looking really, really good. All right, so first things first. Obviously, all black plastics, right? Kept the seat. Gonna get a different seat in the future, but I'm keeping the stock seat for now. Removed all the white from the spoke, so it's just green, which is to help kind of accent the green brake line we installed, the green seat. And in the future, I have a green oil plug right here, but I'm gonna swap out the timing covers on that side for green as well. If I can't find any, I'll just end up painting them. This part broke, so instead of replacing it, we just jerry-rigged a zip tie, does the trick. And then that one, obviously, we salvaged from the last kit. Everything, I mean, it's looking really good, right? All the cow's done, got some little stickers on here. Really clean, brand new, fresh plastics. She's still running like a charm. So let's kind of get into more what I did. Okay, so first things first. We opened up, so not this side of the motor, but the other side. So we opened up this case right here, right? Took off the top end to reveal the cams and the cam chain. And we were gonna replace the chain and the cam chain tensioner, but we decided not to for two reasons. One, the cam chain tensioner was not fully extended, so the chain actually wasn't that stretched. So it still had a ton of life in it. It was probably like just a little less than halfway stretched out. So this thing still has a good year or maybe even more on it of good riding. So we decided to save the cam chain we bought and not replace it. That's also one of the reasons why I didn't record, is because we were gonna have to get a flywheel pulley. This is like a specialty tool and we didn't have it. So with the chain being as good as condition as it is, we threw on a new tensioner just to give it a little more tension for the time being, and we decided to leave the flywheel and the actual cam chain itself alone. But if you were to take the whole thing off, you'd have to remove this, remove the flywheel, the special tool. That way you could have access to drop it down the side, loop it around the gear, put the flywheel back on, and then you could put the cams up top. That way you don't have to take everything apart, but there is that one thing in the way. So if you guys do end up doing this, remember, you will need a flywheel puller. It's a special tool and it's a huge pain in the ass. So if you can avoid doing it at all costs, I recommend it. I just didn't have that tool on hand, so that will stop you from completing this unless you can figure out a way to get around the flywheel with the chain, but I guarantee you won't because it's pretty tight in there, not a whole lot of space. It is definitely in the way. But good news is we didn't have to replace it, but that's what we did. And then these two plugs, if you pull these off, it'll allow you to line up the cams up top with a little mark down there, and that'll help make sure that everything's timed correctly. And it was when we first pulled it apart. So not only was it timed correctly, but we shimmed the heads, and those are within spec still. So the bike's still in really good condition. And because it's still in really good condition, there was no need to actually pull the whole thing apart and replace a bunch of parts on it. But I digress. We still replaced the tensioner to make sure the bike has a little more tension to keep the life of that chain going just a tad bit longer. Again, it's only for like a year or so, right? We got a new spark plug in there. The other spark plug was fine, but a fresh one in there regardless. Fresh twin air filter in there, nice and clean. Cleaned off the exhaust pipe. It's still a little rusted, but it looks a lot better now. That joint looks a lot better. We installed, obviously, just kind of alluded to this already, but we installed the new oil line. The other one was kind of cracked and messed up, so we installed one. I got one that was actually green, so that was good. Let's see what else. I mean, we didn't actually upgrade too much. It was really just pulling everything apart, make sure everything looked good, and really just put it back together. Future things are going to get an upgraded seat. It's going to be a black seat with some green stripes on the back. Those are it was essentially like grip. We'll most likely get new grips. Got a little bit of a sticky throttle. When we zoomed this out a little bit, just a skosh, it got a lot better. So there's something crimped at the end of the throttle tube. So I gotta figure that out. But so once I slide this out teeny bit more, it spins no problem. So that's good. Doesn't need to be replaced. Just want to get some upgraded grips. Maybe I'll get some green grips just to kind of add some more green to the flair of it all. But yeah, I mean, overall, the bike looked really good. A lot of the engine components actually look like they'd never been opened before, which is a good and a bad thing. Good news is no one's messed with it. Bad news is it probably hasn't had a full-on detailed service, so I'm glad I opened it up and checked everything. But yeah, guys, this bike's ready to go. It's going to be a fun little year project. We're going to make a lot of fun videos on it, do some fun trail reviews and all kinds of stuff. But overall, thank you guys so much for watching. Just want to give you an update. The bike is done and ready to go. So once I get a GoPro mount on the top of my helmet, I'm going to be heading out and start making videos as soon as I can. So expect that content to come very soon. It's getting a lot warmer outside, so I'd imagine it's not going to take me much longer. But let me guys know what you think about how I did and how it looks, and if you guys have any suggestions of what I should do to make it look different. But yeah, the build is complete. Got fresh plastics on there, and we're ready to go. And anyways, guys, thank you for watching. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Latest.